Shalom. Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, rule well, and peace and salutations to the house of David, the elect man, pushing his truth and faith and sincerity. Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakakadash, Barakatham, tell you sincere listeners who may tune into this. All right. And this year, Tazakah, the brother Tazakah coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Kakadash. All praises and honor due, And I want to entitle this lesson, You Don't Want to Let the House Down, man. All right. And I'm just going to jump right in the scripts. I'm going to go to 1 Timothy 5 and 8. Because a lot of brothers, they break down this script like, oh, you gotta take care of your household. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be there for your family with it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You know what I'm saying? You don't just abandon your family out here. You don't just not take care of your children. You know what I'm saying? You don't not take care of your responsibilities. You don't just leave your family just out to fend for themselves. That's true. But you have a house as well, which is the house of Israel, man. Let's go into it. This 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 8. It says, "But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he have denied the faith and is worse than the infidel." Yeah, so our own, our brothers, which that represents the whole family, the house of Israel, and especially of our own house, those who are part of his ministry, those who know of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, those who are followers of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. If we don't provide for them, uh, what it says, but if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, especially those of his own house, of his own nation, who are followers of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, he have denied the faith. Yeah, you have denied the faith, man. You're not truly into this faith like you think you are, man. You're not really truly in this thing like you believe yourself to be. You've denied the faith. And we know that scripture say the just shall live by their faith. So we need faith. Where we're actually justified through faith in Yahweh Shai Mashiach. I was just reading that earlier in Galatians, the 3rd chapter. It says, "But if any if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he have denied the faith." So you've denied the faith if you're not providing for those of your own house, and it's worse than the infidel. Now let's go into this word provide. Let's go into a couple words in this word provide. So like it's gonna take a minute to play. It's gonna take a minute to play. Okay. I'm just going to the definition where it's loading. It says to perceive before, foresee, to provide, think of beforehand. So you're supposed to think about your people. You're supposed to consider your brother, man. You're supposed to consider your nation, before you put forth an action, man. And this word is I don't know if it's gonna play for you brothers, but it's G4306. And it's proneo. Proneo. It says to provide or think of beforehand. So we have to think of our nation, our people, our brothers, those who are without before we take any other actions. Before we take actions, we have to consider the state that our people are in, and what do they need to be provided with? What needs to be provided with, exhortation, admonishment, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, things that Yahweh Shem Yahshua will be looking for. It says to provide for one, to take thought for, care for a thing. Yeah, so we're supposed to be taking thought for others, man. So that's why Yahweh Shah said in Luke the 22nd chapter, "If you love me, feed my sheep, man." you know. So if we really love Yahweh Shah, we're gonna be feeding his sheep, you know. That's which is taking thought for the house, man. Taking thought for others, It says, look out for beforehand, this in the Strong's definition, by way of maintenance for others. So maintenance for other men, we're supposed to help maintain, and give maintenance unto our people, man. It says, I'm gonna read the precept one more time. But if any provide not for his own, so if you don't think of beforehand, if you're not thinking for your own people beforehand, and especially of those of your own of his own house, yeah, especially those who are serving Yahweh Shem Yahushua, those who are putting their best foot forward in his faith, especially them. Let's go into especially, because Hebrews the 6th chapter tell you how we minister to Yahweh Shem Yahushua and we minister to each other. I don't know if this is gonna play, brother. So it's G3122. It's molester, and it says especially, chiefly, most of all, above all. So chiefly, not only do you supposed to consider your people in the state that they're in, but you're supposed to most definitely, chiefly, above all, think of those who are taking heed unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Most definitely, man, above all. It says in a Strong's definition, it says in the greatest degree, or particularly, chiefly, most of all. So in the greatest degree, we're supposed to be taking thought for beforehand, those who are who are part of this faith. It says, but if any man provide not for his own, and especially for those in his own house, he have denied the faith. So you've denied the faith. If you're not thinking of beforehand those who are putting their best foot forward in the faith, you've denied the faith. And it says, and it's worse than the infidel, and you're worse than the infidel. Let's get that word infidel. So we don't want to be like this. We don't want to be worse than the infidel. Let's get that word infidel. Ooh. Infidel goes into unfaithful, faithless, not to be trusted. So you can't be trusted, man. You can't be trusted. You can't be trusted. And that's like in this Greek, the Greek word epistos, G57 571. And it's, it goes into unfaithful and faithless, man. So you're worse than an unfaithful man, which, it can't really get too much worse than that, man. It says incredible of things, unbelieving, incredulous, without trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So you really don't trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You really don't trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua if you're not taking care of, the house, man. You don't really trust Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. And that's what we gotta make sure we don't let the house down, man. Because we got others that are depending on us, man. But if you're not taking thought for them, you don't really believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You don't really trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua if you're not taking thought for them, man. Why? Because it tell you in 1 John the 3rd chapter, if you shut up your bowels of compassion for your brother, then how dwelleth the love of Yahweh Shem Yahushua in you, man? How can you love Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but you don't love a man that you can see? You don't see Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So this what proves your your faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. This is what proves your faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua is how you in your love for Yahweh Shem Yahushua is how you are here for your people, man. So you're worse than the infidel. You're worse than the heathen, man. You're worse than the heathen, man. Let's go into some more scripts. Let's go here to Sirach 37. This Sirach chapter 37. This is Sirach chapter 37 and verse 6. This is Sirach chapter 37 verse 6. It says, "Forget not thy friend in thy mind, and be not unmindful of him in thy riches." Yeah, so the word friend is synonymous with the word brother. So we cannot forget our friends, our brothers, our people, our household in our mind. And it's that's a commandment. It says, "Forgive not thy." So like, forget not thy friend in thy mind, and be not unmindful of him in thy riches, man. Which we have received riches, man. Why? Because the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shema Shah are true riches. Well, let's get it. If you think I'm just making it up, let's just get it. Because we're truly rich. We're truly rich. Why? Because we had the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shema Shah. This is Romans 11 and 33. It says, "Oh, the depth of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shah, how unsearchable are his judgment and his ways, are his judgments and his ways past finding out." So Yahweh Shema Shah has given us the depth of riches, man. Both of wisdom and the knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shah. So we have become rich towards Yahweh Shema Shah. Matter of fact, it's another script. Let's get it. Let's get it. I think it's Sirach 31. Let me make sure. Yep, Sirach 31. This is Sirach chapter 31, verse 8. It says, "Blessed is the rich that is found without blemish, and have not gone after gold." So you can be rich, but you have not gone after gold. So there's a man that's a rich, without blemish, but he doesn't have gold, or he doesn't have material possessions. That you can be rich towards your Yahweh Shema Shah. So let's read this precept again in Sirach 37. This is Sirach chapter 37, verse 6. It says, "Forget not thy friend in thy mind." Don't forget your brothers in thy mind, and be not or your nation, your household in your mind, and be not unmindful of him in thy riches, and be not unmindful of him in thy riches, man. Which we have attained riches from Yahweh Shema Shah through the depths of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. We have become rich towards Yahweh Shema Shah. And so we can't forget about our household within that, man. Which that's even in the world. You get you a little money, you get you a little paper, and you move on from your parents' household, and you living good somewhere in the hills, what I'm saying? But your parents, they still in the hood, man. That's sick as hell, man. That's sick as hell. You done came up, you living somewhere in a mansion somewhere, your parents still stay in the PJs, man. That's wild, man. Said, be not unmindful of them in your riches, man. So we can't. You don't want to let the house down. That's laying the house down. That you done came up, and your parents, they still in the projects, man. They still can't pay their bills, man. They still can't do certain things for the household, to maintain it and bring it up. They can't even pay their rent, man. But you done came up, and you could easily pay off the house or pay off the place they're staying for them, man. That's crazy, man. You letting down the house, and we don't want to be like that, man. We don't want to let down the house. We got others that depend on us. This is not all about us, man. This is about the brothers that surround us. This is about our nation. This is about us as a whole, man. When we went into captivity together, man. We went into captivity together. Some people didn't escape captivity. Our whole nation went into captivity, man. So we in this thing together, man. And that's what we always got to keep in mind. This is not a us a you, me, or me thing. This is a us thing, man. And we can't let down others, man. Others are depending on us, man. Well, our nation, they're continually sick, man. They're continually sick. Now, we've been given healing through our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach, so freely as we've been given, freely as we have received, we have to freely give, man. We can't let down the house. They need, our nation needs, our nation needs, what we've been given, This second Ezra chapter 14, verse 13, it says, Now therefore set thine house in order. Yes, so it says now therefore set thine house in order. This is another scripture where people will be like, you got to set your house in order, which that's true. Yeah, you do got to set your house in order. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure, because the scriptures speak about that in First Timothy, the 3rd chapter, about, how we're supposed to, you know, uh, rule our own house as well, have our children, be obedient and be in subjection unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua, how we supposed to, dwell with our wives, things of that nature, things of that nature, you know. So yeah, we supposed to keep our house in order, but that's automatic, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua ain't got to tell you something that you already know, man. That's common knowledge. Even in the world, you're supposed to know that, you don't supposed to be no fucking, sicko who doesn't have their house in order. You just, you got your kids just running wild, doing whatever the hell they want to do. Your wife staying out all, times of the night, house dirty and shit. You're not maintaining your bills. You're retarded, man. That's basic common sense, man. You know what I'm saying? That you have to do that. So we know that already. So it's a deeper meaning to this scripture when it says, now therefore set thine house in order. It's more to it than just that. What's gonna go into it? This 2 Ezra 14:13 says, now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people You know, that's a part of setting your house in order. So this is obviously, and who is your people? Well, our people is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians, the children of Israel, the house of Israel. That's our people, man. I'm gonna get this word reprove on Google. That's one of the key ways you set your house in order is by reproving thy people. It says reprimand or censure someone. Let me see if I can get more on it. Salakia. Let me see if I can get more on it. Go to online at mine. This Edamon online, it says reprove, disapprove, reject, condemn, prove to be worthy, man. Yeah, prove to be worthy, which we're trying to be. We're fighting to be proven to be worthy, man. And that's what we push to our people. For them to get right, so they can be worthy to be accepted by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And that made me think of that scripture in Isaiah 58. When it says, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people in the house. Ooh, let's get that real quick. Because that's a perfect precept. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Let's go here. Isaiah 58. This Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. It says, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, in the house of Jacob their sins. Yep, in the house of Jacob their sins. Let's go into this word house. Let's go into this word house by Yah, in the Hebrew. By Yah is it goes into figuratively of human bodies, man. A household, family, these belonging to the same household, family of descendants as organized body. You see? So, it's actually going into people, man. These are actually, the house is actually going into a people, or, descendants, which, who are those? That's the nation of Israel, man. That's the nation of Israel, man. Those belonging to the same household. What household? The household of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. The house of Israel, man. We're supposed to, set them in order and reprove them, man. All right, why? Because our Lord Yahushua Mashiach is coming back, and He's coming to deliver those who have been reproved and who who are not found with blemish, like we read in Sirach 31. You know, blessed is the rich who is found without blemish, man. You know, those who have kept their garments always white, man. You know, Salakia, brothers. Salakia. Yeah, but you know, as I was saying, you know, we're trying to be worthy, man. You know, we're trying to be worthy, man. You know, like Yahweh Shai said in Revelation the 3rd chapter, you know, I have a few names even in Sardis, you know, for they shall walk with me in white, for they are worthy, you know, for they are worthy, man. You know, why? Because they've been reproved, man. You know, they've been reproved, they've been set in order, man. You know, and that's what we are set up to do, man. You know, like it's, well, let's get that in Jeremiah, the 1st chapter. You know, we're set up to be here for our people, man. You know, and you know, bring them back to our power. You know, is as much as life within us. You know, of course, it's all through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. Shai. He has it set up to rock how He wanted to rock out here. You know, but you know, we have to do our parts as servants of Yahweh Shai. You know, and you know, we should want to do that because we want to be here for our people. You know, this is Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5, it says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Yeah, so Yahweh Shai Shai, He ordained us to be a prophet unto the nations, man. You know, that's what Yahweh Shai Shai has ordained us to do. He's ordered us to do this, man. You know, Yahweh Shai Shai has ordered us to be a prophet unto the nations, man. You know. So, you know, and primarily those of our own households, man. You know, providing for our own, man. You know, which goes into reproving them, man. You know, let's go back to that word reprove. See what we got on it. The word reprove in the online etymon was proved to be worthy, man. You know, so you know we're supposed to reprove our people, man. Prove them to be worthy, man. You know. Prove them to be worthy, man. You know. Matter of fact, let's get that word prove. Let's get prove. Prove to be it says prove to be worthy. So let's get prove in the online etymon. To try, test, evaluate. So we supposed to be evaluating our people, man. Like seeing if they got what it takes, man. You know. Seeing if they got what it takes, you know. It says show, convince. Yeah, so we're supposed to be showing our people the right way, man. We're supposed to be convincing our people, you know, of Yahweh Shai. You know, just like Yahweh Shai told us to go forth and compel our people to come into the marriage. You know, bid them into the marriage. You know, that's the, you know, we want to do that because why? We don't want to let our people down, man. You know, we want all our people to partake in this glorious, in this glorious, you know, reward that those who are serving Yahweh Shai Shai are going to receive. You know, which ultimately we know our whole nation is going to be saved. All of Israel is going to be saved. You know, but you know, we still want, you know, we're trying to push that forth too. We want that to happen. We want the kingdom to be established, you know, and there's certain things that we have to do, you know, as much as life within us for our people, for the kingdom of heaven to be established. You know, it says, put to the test, you know, it says represent as good, make credible, man. So, you know, we're supposed to be making credible, you know, inspect, you know, it says inspect, man, test, demonstrate, judge by trial, you know, judge by trial, man. You know, that's setting our people in order, man. You know, discerning between the righteous and the wicked, man. You know, separating the lambs from the goats, man, which has to happen for, you know, our nation to come back on top. You know, our nation, we don't have no one fighting for us. So, you know, outside of those who are standing for Yahweh Shai Shai,
You know, so we have to stand for Yahweh Shem Yahshua with everything we got. You know, let's go back to Second Ezra. This Second Ezra chapter 14 and verse 13 says, "Now therefore set thine house in order." You know, so we have to set our house in order, and reprove thy people, and reprove thy people. So that's how, you know, you set your house in order. You know, it's by reproving thy people, man, proving them to be worthy, testing them, you know, judging them by trial. You know, what was some of the other words we got for that? Prove, you know, showing and convincing them the way, you know, inspecting them, man, you know, making them credible unto Yahweh Shem Shah, you know, even though, you know, we can't do this, but we have to play our part to help bring this forth unto the people that we can, you know. Why? Because our nation needs this. We need to get up out of this mind state that we in, you know, as a whole, you know, and be brought back into our power, you know, so we could reign in righteousness, you know. It says, "Now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble." Yeah, because we got people in our house that are in trouble, man. You know, we got people in our house that are in trouble. You know, people in the house, they ain't got food to eat. You know, people in our house, you know, they're suffering. You know, they can't take a hot shower. You know, they don't have a bed to lie on. You know, um, you got, you know, pest control issues. You know, uh, people always coming and harassing them. You know, so they need to be comforted. You know, it says, "And now renounce corruption." Yes, so that's how we set our house in order, which is talking about our nation, which is speaking out against all this wickedness that's going on, which this place is completely corrupt. You know, this place is completely corrupt. You know, let's go to Daniel. Daniel 12. Daniel 12 and let's go to verse 2. This Daniel chapter 12 and verse 2. It says, "And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake." Yeah, many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth, which the dust represents confusion, man. You know, and that's what's going on. You know, our people in the house of Israel are in a state of confusion, man. You know, but it says many of them that sleep in that dust gonna wake. You know, so they're gonna awake from that confusion. Why? Because they're gonna wake up from that confusion from those who have, you know, come up out of the house and made good for themselves, but not haven't forgotten about the house. You know, it says, "And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life." So some gonna wake up to everlasting life, man. You know, they're gonna get to make it out of their house. "And some to shame and everlasting contempt." And yeah, some to shame and everlasting contempt. Why? Because they're not gonna be reproved. They're not gonna be proven to be worthy, man. You know, they're gonna be proven to be just that hood rat. You know, just that hood rat. It says, "And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as stars forever and ever." Yeah, as stars forever and ever. Why? Because they took care of the house, man. You know, and they turned many to righteousness, man. You know, so and that's what our house needs, man. You know, they need to be turned away from the position that they're in, man. You know, they need to be turned away from that, man. You know, so it says many of them that turn many and they that turn many to righteousness, man. Those are those who didn't let down the house. We want to be of those who don't let down the house, man. Turn many to righteousness, man. You know, and why we're going to be set up as the stars forever and ever, which ultimately our whole household is going to be set up as the stars forever and ever, man. That's putting everybody on. You know, we don't want to let our house down. They need us. You know, they need us. Our nation needs us. Our nation needs this, man. We need each other. You know, we don't want to let each other down. So, you know, we got to be here for each other. You know, we all we got. You know, guess you setting your house in order, man. You know, let's go to Nehemiah. It's Nehemiah chapter 9. Nehemiah chapter 9 and verse 27. This Nehemiah chapter 9 verse 27. This is Nehemiah chapter 9 verse 27. Therefore thou deliverest them into the hand of their enemies who vex them. Yeah, that's just like you get, you know, your siblings, your siblings, they get sent to an orphanage. You know, they get sent to the hands of Esau. You know, he doing all type of sick shit to them in these orphanages, in these foster homes. You know, it says, therefore thou deliverest them into the hand of their enemies who vex them, and in the time of their trouble, when they cried unto thee, you know, which, you know, that, you know, you start crying out, they like, man, bro, you know, your grown brother who is not in the foster home or the orphanage that you still in contact with, you crying unto him like, bro, come, you know, get me out of here, man. Come get me out of here, man. You know, it says, thou heardest them from heaven, you know, so Yahabashim Al-Shai, he's not letting down the house. You know, when our people cry of the house of Israel unto him, he hears them, you know. It says, and according to thy manifold mercies, thou gavest them saviors, and he gave them saviors, you know, which those are those who turn many to righteousness, man. You know, those are those who turn many to righteousness, who savest them out of the hand of their enemies. Yeah, and that's what we're set up to do, man. You know, we're set up to help save our people out of the hand of the enemies, man. So they'll just smash and trash on them, man. Our house, the house needs us, man, because you got, you know, you got Esau sick ass trying to foreclose on the house, man. You know, you got Esau sick ass trying to repo the house. You got Esau sick ass, you know, trying to charge high ass spiked interest rates, man. You know, so, you know, our people need us to be able to save. They need us to help save them from, you know, the hand of our enemies, man. You know, let's go to Jeremiah 8. It's Jeremiah 8. It's Jeremiah chapter 8 and verse 22. It says, is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician there? Why then is not the health of the daughter of my people recovered? Yeah, is there no balm in Gilead, man? You know, which, you know, it is a balm in Gilead. You know, there is a physician there. You know, there is a physician there, and you know, it got a question mark there. I always tell brothers, you know, when you see this question mark, you know, it's rhetorical. It says, is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician there? Yeah, it is a physician there. You know, it is a balm there. That's Yahweh Shah. You know, that's the balm. That's the physician. You know, it says, why then is not the health of the daughter of my people not recovered? Because they reject Yahweh Shah. You know, they reject the true healing, man. You know, like it tell you in Wisdom of Solomon. Matter of fact, let me try to pull it. I ain't pulled it in a while. I think it's like Wisdom of Solomon. Let me see if I can get that. I think it's like Wisdom of Solomon 13. Might be 14. Bear with me while I try to find it. Yeah, here you go right here. Wisdom of Solomon 16. Salakia. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 16 verse 12. It says, for it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restored them to health. Yeah, so, you know, it's no herb or a plaster that can restore our people unto health. You know, it's no like regular balm or physician, you know, that can restore our people unto health. But thy word, O Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, which healeth all things. That's what truly heals, man. Is the word of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, and that's what why we're set up to push the word of Yahweh Shem Yahshai to our people, to reprove thy people, man. All right, why? So they can be restored unto to health, man. Our people need that. They need this word so they can become whole again, man. You know, our house needs us so they can become whole again. You know, this us those of our household, those of our nation need us so they can be set up and be healthy again, so they can receive their health, man. You know, so the house can flourish, man. You know, let's go to Matthew 24. You know, let's go to Matthew 24. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 22. It says, and except those days should be shortened. Yeah, what days, man? These days that we're in right now, when we're supposed to be setting our house in order. Why? Because Yahweh Shem Yahshai is finna make his second coming, you know, and ultimately save the house. He's not gonna let the house down, you know. So we can't let the house down either, you know. Not in these days, because you know it's coming into. We only got a couple days left before your ass get evicted out this house, you know. So you gotta bring that money back so you can pay whatever tab it is, so you don't get evicted, you know, before the days run out. You know, it says, and except those days shall be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. Your ass gonna be out on the street, man. You know, unless we hurry up and make bring some money home to be able to pay this eviction off. You know, everybody gonna be on the street. You know. It says, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Yeah, it says, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, man. You know? So ultimately, if we wasn't here, if somebody wasn't out to make sure, you know, this household was straight, taking care of the household, you know, everybody be smashed on out here, you know? Everybody be snatched on out here. But ultimately, it's somebody out here, you know, which is the elect, those who were set up to reprove thy people, who have the ability to go out and make something happen. Can't nobody else can't make nothing happen in this short time period. But Yahweh Shem Yahshai got men set up to make something happen in a short time period to be able to save the household, man. You know, cause if they don't, then the whole household is gonna be finished, man. Everybody gonna be out on the streets, man. You know, it says, unless those days should be shortened, no flesh gonna be saved, man. You know, so it says, but for the elect's sake, so for those who Yahweh Shem Yahshai have given abilities, you know, we have got an extension on not being kicked out the household. You know, this Wisdom of Solomon 6. This Wisdom of Solomon 6:20, it says, therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. Yeah, and that's what, you know, we want. You know, that's what the house of Israel need. We need a kingdom, man. You know, but I tell you in Hebrews the 13th chapter that for here we have no continuous city. You know, but we know that according to Daniel the 2nd chapter, the kingdom of heaven is gonna be established forever, man. You know, and Daniel the 7th chapter, man, the saints of the Most High shall take and possess the kingdom forever and even forever, man. You know, so you know that's what we need. We need perpetual rulership. We need a perpetual place for us to rest our heads, man. You know, that's what our household needs. They need a perpetual place to rest their heads, man. You know, and that's what we want to give to our people, man. That's what we want to give to our people, a perpetual place to rest their heads, man. You know, which is the kingdom of heaven. So it says, therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom, and that's why we desire wisdom. You know, why? Because we don't want to let down our house, man. You know, we you know, wisdom is more heavy than any moving thing. Well, it's in the next chapter, you know, because I don't want to butcher it. This Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse Salakia. Yeah, here you go right here. Wisdom of Solomon 7:24 called Allah Yabashimashah. This is Wisdom of Solomon 7:24. It says, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. Yet wisdom is more moving than any motion, man. You know, that's what's gonna make stuff happen, man. You know, that's what's gonna make stuff move, man. You know, it says she passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. Yeah, she passive and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness, man. You know, so you know we need that. You know, scripture speak about the pure, man. You know how they gonna see the kingdom of heaven, man. You know, our people need that. So what? So what, man? So the house can be established. You know, so the house can be set in order. So the house, you know, cannot be let down, man. You know, the house can be provided for. You know, which the house is gonna be provided for. Ultimately with that wisdom, man. You know, which everyone doesn't have that capability, and that's why Yahweh Shem Shah set forth men with that, you know, to establish the household and make sure the house straight. You know, let's go here to Isaiah 61. This is Isaiah chapter 61 verse 1. It says, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah is upon me, because the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah have anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. Yeah, so the spirit of the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah is upon us, you know, which is allows us to have that wisdom, you know. Why? Because he have anointed us, you know, he has consecrated us, you know, he's consecrated us to a particular purpose. You know, what's that particular purpose that Yahweh Shem Shah has consecrated us to do? You know, to make sure the house straight, you know, to take care of the house. You know, it's just like your parents, they go away, you know, on a vacation or, you know, out on a dinner date or something, and they leave you in charge of the household, man. You know, you've been given the authority, you've been consecrated to do a certain thing, man. Make sure the house straight while they gone, you know. And that's what Yahweh Shem Shah is giving us this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding for. It says, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah is upon me, because the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah have appointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. Yet he has appointed us. Yahweh Shem Shah has appointed us. Let's get that word appointed. Salaki, he has anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. Salaki, that was anointed. Salaki, and I went into, you know, that word anointed goes into a consecrated person, you know, to a particular thing. Salaki, brothers. The spirit of the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah is upon me, because the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah have appointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. You know, anointed me. So like I keep saying, appointed. You know, anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He have sent me to bind up the brokenhearted. Yeah, Yahweh Shem Shah has sent us to bind up the brokenhearted, man. You know, we were sent to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, which our people are captives, man. Isaiah 14, you should take them who captives. You should take them captives whose captives they were. So we were captive to someone. You know, Isaiah 14 is going into a future prophecy, you know, in the kingdom of heaven. You know, so we're proclaiming liberty to the captives, man. You know, in the opening of the prison to them that are bound. Yet in the opening of the prison to them that are bound, which America is nothing but a big ass prison, man. Isaiah 42, you know, my people are snared in prison holes, just roughly paraphrasing, you know. So hell yeah, you know, our people are bound in prison, you know. You know, our people are bound, and what we're opening the prison, you know. So our household needs it. It's just like, you know, somebody locked up, you know, they depending on you to bail them out, man. You know, that's what we're doing. We're giving our people a bailout, man. We bailing our people out, you know. If you don't come and bail them out, they just gonna be sitting in that motherfucker, man. You know. Verse 2, it says, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah, and the day of vengeance to our power, Yahweh Shem Shah, to comfort all that mourn. Yeah, so we, you know, we have people in our house that are mourning. We have people that are in our house that are mourning. They need to be comforted, Verse 13, it says, oh, here go the word appoint right here. To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, So we're supposed to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, give unto them beauty for ashes, which represents, the state of mourning that our people in, man. Which obviously our people we're in a state of mourning, even if you don't recognize it, man. Your spirit is mourning. Our people's spirit are mourning. It says the oil of joy for mourning. Yeah, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called the trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shah, that he might be glorified. Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. Yahweh Shemel Shah being glorified, man. And our people being accepted as the trees of righteousness. It's called like Yahweh Shemel Shah 10:4. It says, and they shall build the old waste, and they shall build the old waste. They should get the house back straight. They shall raise up the former desolations, and they shall repair the waste cities, the desolations of many generations. Yeah, they gonna repair the house that was getting broke down, that was tore down, that was decaying, man. And what? It says, and strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the aliens shall be your plowmen and your plow dressers and vine dressers. So we're gonna have servants who gonna, and maids, we'll tell you about that in Isaiah 14, the 14th chapter 2, how we're gonna have servants and handmaids, man. So we're gonna have those who gonna come and make sure the house straight, man. They're gonna come and build the house back up for us, man. All through the spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shah, being upon certain men, It says, but ye shall be named the priests of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall ye boast yourselves. For your shame ye shall have double, and for your confusion, that's that dust that they, our people were sleeping in, they shall rejoice in their portion. Therefore in their land they shall possess the double. Everlasting joy shall be unto them. Yeah, so they're gonna be straight, man. The house gonna be good. It's just like you go on a game show. Me and my pops, we was talking about this earlier. About how, you might be on the game show and you're, you want to, you get to a certain point on the game show. Like say if you got, you can win $8,000. You know what I'm saying? They like, oh, you want to take the money? You want to try for more? You want to try for more? You just gonna ultimately, you went on that game show because you needed that money. You needed that money. So, obviously your household needs that. So you're gonna take that 8,000 to make sure your household's straight, man. And you get money in a house. You gonna let's read this precept one more time. So like it is Isaiah 61:7 says, for your shame ye shall have double, and for your confusion they shall rejoice in their portion. Therefore in their land they shall possess the double. Therefore in their land they shall possess the double. Everlasting joy shall be unto them. Yeah, so well, Psalms the 2nd chapter, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance in the uttermost parts of the earth. Just roughly paraphrasing. So we're gonna make sure the house straight, man. We're gonna bring something back home. You went on that game show, your household is dependent on you to go on that game show and win something, so you can make sure they straight. You can make sure they straight. Let's go to Matthew 16:19. This Matthew chapter 16 in verse 19. This Matthew chapter 16 verse 19. And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven. It says, and whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. We know in 2 Corinthians the 10th chapter, it tell you about
how, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, and we bring into captivity every thought and thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. So we're bounding things. We're bounding things on earth, and those things that we're bounding on earth, they're going to be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Now we read in Isaiah 61. Let's go back to Isaiah 61 and 1. It's Isaiah 61 and 1. The Spirit of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua is upon me, because the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua have appointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He have sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, which, it says the Lord is nigh unto them who are of a contrite spirit and of a broken heart and a contrite spirit, which, we know ultimately that's talking about the nation of Israel. How about Shema Shai, not to these other nations, But so we were sent to bind up their broken hearts. And we just read in Matthew 16:19, it says, whatever we bind on earth is going to be bound in heaven. So ultimately, our people are not going to have broken hearts no more, It says to proclaim liberty to the captives and the opening of the prison to them that are bound, So in the opening of the prison to them that are bound. So we're loosing those who are bound, man. We're loosing those who are bound in this place, man. We're here for the house. We're taking care of the house, man. That's beautiful, man. So they're gonna be loose, and we don't want to let our people down. They need to be loose, man. They need to be loose. Well, it said, unless those days should be short and no flesh should be saved, man. If we let our people, just rot in this filthy ass house of America, everybody gonna be wiped out, man. That'll be it for our people, man. We don't want that. We can't let them down, man. This Philippians chapter 2 and verse 3. It says, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind let each esteem each other better than themselves. Yeah, and that's what we're supposed to do, man. We're supposed to esteem each other better than ourselves, man. That's providing for our own. That's thinking of beforehand, man. That's thinking of beforehand. Our like, okay, we made it out the hood, just using this as an analogy. We made it out the hood. We got to bring our people out the hood too, man. Forget not thy friend in thy riches. It says, look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. Yeah, and that's providing for your own, man. That's taking care of your own. That's taking thought for others, man. Which we're supposed to do, man. We're supposed to be taking thoughts for others in our nation, man. Because who else gonna do it, man? Who else gonna do it? Somebody has to do it, man. We have to esteem each other higher than ourselves, man. Look, man, we want these people to be straight, man. I'm straight, but I want them to be better, man. This Isaiah chapter 3 verse 1. It says, for behold, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, the Lord of hosts, doth take away. For behold, the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shema Shai, doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the state and the staff, the whole state of bread and the whole state of water, the mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet, and the prudent and the ancient, the captain of 50 and the honorable man, and the counselor and the cunning artificer, and the eloquent orator. And I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. And the people shall be oppressed everyone by another, and everyone by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient, and the base against the honorable, man. Yeah, so Yahweh Shema Shai have taken away the mighty man, the man of war, the judge, the prophet, the prudent, the ancient, the captain of 50, the honorable man, the counselors, the cunning artificers, the eloquent orators, and he is giving children to pretty much take charge over the household, man. To be princes over you, man. So it's no one out here, man.
The only ones left are their remnant, man, who could make sure the house is straight, man. You know, who could make sure the house is straight and nobody else. You know, it's just pretty much like a free fall out here, man. You know, so the only ones who even considering the house or a certain sector of people, man, we can't let them down, man. Everything is riding on us, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. Of course, Lord willing, you know, we are those men, you know. It's Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 13. It says, for from the least of them even unto the greatest of them, everyone is given to covetousness, and from the prophet even to the priest, everyone dealeth falsely. Yeah, that's our nation, man. It says from the least unto the greatest of them, everyone is given unto covetousness. There's nobody out here, man. There's nobody out here. We can't let the house down, man. You know, everyone is dealing falsely, man. You know, the only ones not dealing falsely are you know, those who who can't stand those which are evil, man. You know. Let's get this right here, and this a wrap. I'm gonna wrap it up right here. This is Psalms chapter 94. Psalms chapter 94, verse 16. It says, who will rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Yeah, and that's a question mark right there, man. You know, which means that it ain't really nobody out here gonna stand up for Yahweh Shai against the evildoers, man. You know, ain't too many people gonna do that, man. You know, but those who are standing up against the evildoers, those are the ones who gonna make sure the house straight, man. You know, so if it's not that many people who are standing up against the evildoers, then that means that's well needed, man. You know why? To so the house can be provided for. You know. So, you know, that's it, man. I pray through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. This was edifying. I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders, a great millstone who ruled well and taught me this truth. And peace and salutations to the house of David that let men push in this truth and faith and sincerity. Shalom to the elect.